Are you considering getting, or you've just recently brought home, a new Boston Terrier puppy and you find yourself wondering about how they will be able to cope when you have to leave them on their own? Or do you have a Boston Terrier and they are already showing signs of separation anxiety and you don't know how to deal with it? Then stick around, because in this video we will look at everything you need to know about Boston Terriers and separation anxiety. Welcome back to the Fenrir Boston Terrier Show. If this is your first time here, my name's Mimi and I'm a certified canine leader here at FenrirCanineLeaders.com. Everything we do here is dedicated to helping you find the perfect breed for you and then helping you become a high-level canine leader who can raise the perfect canine companion. If that sounds like you, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to make sure you never miss another upload of the Fenrir Boston Terrier Show. So let's dive into what you need to know about the Boston Terrier and separation anxiety. The Boston Terrier is a highly affectionate and gentle companion who gets along well with all members of the family. They are an incredibly popular choice of dog as they are great with kids and other pets. They are relatively easy to train, they adapt well to both large houses and apartment living, and they're easy to groom as well, and they're generally healthy dogs. But does this loving companion cope when you leave them? Like a lot of owners, you may not have considered this before you got them, and you might now be dealing with a beautiful companion who struggles to cope when you're not home. Sadly, Boston Terriers are prone to having separation anxiety. This is the fear of someone they love leaving them, even if it is only for a short period of time, but it is something that can be overcome or managed. Separation anxiety amongst dogs is not uncommon. A study by the American Veterinary Medical Association showed that between 20% and 40% of dogs will suffer with some form of separation anxiety. A survey of Boston Terrier owners suggested that this figure is higher amongst the breed, with 68 of Boston Terrier owners saying their dogs suffered with separation anxiety. So it's likely you will encounter it with your Boston Terrier. So what does it look like? You will see it in two different stages: before you leave and when you return. Before you leave the home, you may begin to notice your Boston getting anxious as you're getting ready to leave. They may follow you around the house as you start to grab your phone, purse and jacket. You may find they start to guard the door in an attempt to stop you leaving while probably barking at you. Or they might start moping around and looking depressed as they get that feeling that you are about to leave them. When you return is when you see the aftermath of what separation anxiety has done to them. They may have chewed or scratched at things or even pulled trash out of the bin. They may have gone to the toilet in multiple places around the house that they don't normally. If you've left them in a crate or specific room, they may have escaped. In some more extreme cases, they may have resorted to hurting themselves. Or are they overly excited to see you as if you have left them for over a year? The good news is that there are things you can do to help them cope. It starts from the moment that you get them. As part of socialization, they need to learn that they will be left on their own, and that is perfectly normal. Leave them in a nice comfortable space like a crate and walk a short distance away. If they stay calm and settled, then return and reward them. Walk away again and leave the room. If they are calm when you return, reward them again to let them know that this behavior pleases you. Repeat the process and increase the length of time you leave the room. Once you are successful inside the house, try leaving for short periods of time and build up the time that you spend away. Always reward them when you come home. Leave them with things to keep them mentally stimulated while you are gone. Treat dispensing toys or interactive puzzles, but make sure that they are puppy safe and can't be swallowed. If you haven't socialized your puppy from an early age, or perhaps you have rescued them and they are showing signs of anxiety, what else can you do to help them cope with being alone? I'd recommend 4 things you could try. First of all, exercise. If you know ahead of time that you will be going out, try and plan in some exercise before you leave. If you can manage a 30-minute walk, that would be ideal. If not, a short walk around the block will still be beneficial. Secondly, make sure you have a solid routine. Dogs love predictability. This routine can be whichever you need it to be, as long as it's consistent. So your Boston Terrier knows that when this routine happens, you are about to leave them, and every time you've done it, you have always returned. This routine can be something as simple as putting out fresh water, taking them outside to the toilet, and then putting them in the same space and leaving them with the same familiar toy before leaving the house. Speaking of the same space, create a little area for your Boston Terrier to retreat to when you leave the home. A wire crate is a brilliant tool for this, and you can even cover it with a blanket or crate cover to make it extra cozy. They love being comfortable and snuggled under a blanket. This safe space could be a crate filled with blankets, or it could simply be a bed in the corner. Finally, you could try background noise. Music from the TV or in the background is excellent for dogs. The sound of people talking or singing helps them to feel less alone. There are several music stations or channels online that play excellent calming music for your dog. If you have a smart device like an Amazon Echo or Google Nest, ask it to play dog calming music before you leave. In extreme cases, there are medications you can give your Boston Terrier to help with separation, but please, if you think this is the best route for your Boston Terrier, make sure you seek medical advice from your vet before you do so. The Boston Terrier is a wonderful addition to any family home, and they are beautiful, loving companions. Separation anxiety is common, but hopefully this video has given you enough tools to help prevent and cope with this perfectly normal issue. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it useful. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss any future updates. We have regular Boston Terrier videos dropping here every week, so I can't wait to see you on the next episode of the Fenrir Boston Terrier Show.